Hello, Angela Brown here. I wanted to talk about commitment. Commitment is huge. The world wants us to think that commitment's not a big deal. If you find yourself not happy in a relationship, do whatever you want to get out of it. If you're not feeling satisfied all the time or something drives you crazy about somebody, then treat it like wardrobe. You don't like it, out with the old, in with the new. That's not how God views it. God wants us to be committed. I'm not talking about staying committed in an abusive relationship. That's a whole different thing. What I'm talking about is having commitment in relationships that can be salvaged. So many people want to turn to divorce because it's just not working out or it's just not for them. And um, honestly, we fell in love at one point with our spouse or our partner, and it's important to learn that connection again. So life is hard, especially when you add in kids and life problems and work, finances, and things get hard. It's important to stay committed in the good, the bad, and the ugly. Life is just that way. That's how we grow. And a lot of the times when I was growing up, I'd hear 50-50 when someone's willing to put in their 50% and their partner another their 50%, then that makes a whole. Well, actually, when we're in relationships, it's 100-100. And sometimes your 100% might look to somebody on the outside 20-30, maybe 40%, because maybe you're not doing good spiritually or physically or emotionally or mentally. And that's okay. We all have our things that we're going through. And that's what our partner or our spouse steps in and compensates, right? And it's like this give and take both ways. It's a give and take, and that's okay. But giving your all that you have at the time. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of dedication. A lot of people are not wanting to put in the work that it takes. The world wants you to think, switch it out, get a new wardrobe, out with the old and in with the new. And that's just not where our focus should go. A lot of young people are watching us. They see that so many people are willing to throw away their marriages and their relationships just to go after what it is they want. Self gratification is never the way to happiness. So, what are you going to commit? It's the end of the year. We're going to go start into a new year. And this is a great time of year to decide what it is you're willing to commit to. Are you willing to commit to a better marriage? Are you willing to commit to better relationships with your kids? Are you willing to commit to be a stronger community member in your community? Are you willing to commit to getting physically more in shape, healthier, whether it looks through diet, drink choice, spiritual, emotional, mental? Are you willing to commit to having a stronger commitment with God, a stronger relationship? Are you willing to commit to thinking clearer, better thoughts that will help you move forward? A lot of the times, people, when I hear someone maybe they're complaining about a relationship, whether it be with a child or with their spouse, it's what are you, they're not here to defend for themselves. What is it that's going on with you? Where are you at? Where are you at mentally, emotionally, and physically and spiritually? And what can you do to improve on yourself? Commitment is a lifelong thing. It's not anything that you're going to ever be done with. It takes time. Commit to be a better spouse. Commit to working on things and improving. It takes, it's a lifelong thing, like I said, and it's not a one and done. It takes a lot of work. Commitment takes a lot of work. And just know that when we are in relationships, we're going to be dealing with a lot of good, beautiful things, but we're also going to deal with a lot of bad and ugly things. Life gets in the way. Life has struggles. Lots of things come our way to where we want to feel deflated. We want to give up, but that's not the way God intended us to do it. He wants us to put in the work. He wants us to fight for our marriages, fight for our relationships, and be willing to do the hard work that it takes. Be honest with yourselves. A lot of the times, commitment is being willing to look within as what's not working and commit to becoming that best version, a better version for your spouse, a better version for yourself to show up, which will affect the way you treat your coworkers, treat your family members, treat your body, treat yourself. It just affects, it's a trickle effect. So when we commit to becoming the version that God intended us to become, we are easier able to share our light and able to serve others around us when we have that commitment. When we have that not give up attitude, then we are committed and we will put in that work that is so necessary to have healthier, stronger relationships. Humans need connection. We were meant for connection. The family unit was designed to depend and work with each other. Satan's biggest tool right now is to divide. Division, division, division. Let's divide spouses. Let's divide parents and children. Division. So if you feel like there's this division going on within your relationships, having God and Christ at the center of your thoughts, your actions will help bring in an alignment to your relationships. But it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of looking within and being willing to work on any aspect spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. I offer a 12-week course for women, and it's designed to help women that have dealt with past trauma, pains, hurts, whether you feel stuck, have anger issues, maybe depressed, maybe feeling anxiety, whatever it is. Maybe you feel like you have perfectionism going on and you don't know how to let it go. Maybe you just have a hard time managing time and feel like you don't have time to fit in self-care. It is so important that we women have the tools to move forward in a healthy manner so that we can help our families, like truly help our families become the best version of themselves. And that's the only way we do it, is by changing ourselves. It takes a lot of swallowing our pride and being willing to let go of the sins that's holding us back. We all have our issues. We all have our skeletons in our closet. But being willing to commit to address these issues is a huge deal. Not giving up, not thinking that, well, it's too late or it's not going to make a difference. I'm only one person. But the change that you can make within is so huge. You can change your family unit. That's why I work with Christian women. If I can help a woman change within her home, it is a ripple effect, and the power of one makes a huge difference. So what is it that you're going to commit to? Are you going to commit to being a better spouse? Are you going to commit to being a more patient parent? Are you going to commit to allowing yourself to care for yourself, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically? Are you going to commit to put better things in your mind, in your heart? Are you going to commit to put in the work that it's going to take? Because it's not easy. Life is hard. It gets ugly. It's painful. But life is beautiful too. And that is how we grow. If life was just easy and beautiful all the time, there's going to be no growth take place. So enjoy the journey and be willing to commit to become your best version. Get rid of the old nasty thought patterns, the patterns that you have in your actions that aren't serving you. Be willing to get rid of those and replace them with new ideas, new thought processes. And it all starts with putting God and Christ at the center of your life and becoming the version, living a God-led life versus what you really want. Let's be honest, if we all lived this life of doing what we want when we want, it's such a self-centered look, right? And it doesn't come out pretty. If everybody were doing what they wanted when they wanted, then there's no collaboration, there's no working together, and there's no growth. So commit to being that version that God wants you to be. I offered this class, a course, a 12-week course for Christian women to help become that best version. The tools that I didn't have for so long, the tools that I learned, took me several years learning these tools and coming upon them that helped me become a better version. I'm still working on, it's a lifelong commitment. It's every day, day in and day out, not giving up and putting in the work that it takes. So this course starts January 5th and it ends March 28th. It's a weekly class. And I also do one-on-one phone consultations each week through that 12 weeks to where it's more personalized. But I teach about tools that help you move forward, that help you work on you, not anywhere else outside yourself. You may feel that like, oh yeah, my kids are really hard to deal with, or I have this difficult marriage, or I have this going on, or I have work that's extra stressful and I don't have the time to take care of me. There's so many things that tools that I have learned that help you regroup and focus on that version God intended you to be with tools that will help. I promise. I went from being depressed and suicidal for 30 plus years to not having depression, not having suicidal thoughts. I did it a different route. It didn't take drugs for me. It took me hitting rock bottom and deciding that I was tired of beating my head against the wall, and I was willing to submit to what God wanted me to learn and do what He wanted me to do. And commitment is a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong process. So decide what it is you're willing to commit for this new year. It's the end of the year and a new year coming up. What do you see yourself as for this next new year, 2024? What is it you see that you would like to have? And commit to setting those goals and achieving them. So commitment is huge. A lot of youth just look at what the world's example is to get rid of and to just throw it away. And marriages are too beautiful to throw away, that you just don't throw marriages away. There are so many marriages that can be salvaged. And I just know in my 20s and early 30s, I thought divorce would be a great solution for my problems. And I'm so glad that I know what I know now, because I wasn't happy. I was stuck. I wasn't happy in my marriage and I felt stuck in my marriage. But God taught me some things along the way. And when I decided that it was me, it wasn't my spouse, it wasn't my kids that were making me feel unhappy and not satisfied with life. It was all coming from within and my actions and my thought patterns. And when God showed me how to change those and the tools that He gave me bit by bit, and then when I started implementing things, the world around me literally changed. So commit to becoming that best version of you, because when you do that, when you commit to being your best version, the world around you literally changes. It changes for the better, and it takes time. So love yourself in the journey. You're going to find yourself going 5 steps forward, taking 10 steps back, maybe another 20 steps forward, and maybe 3 steps back. But it's always this back and forth, and it's never going to look beautiful the whole time. So love the journey, love where you're at, and forgive yourself, forgive others, and enjoy becoming the best you. Like and subscribe. I can't wait until I have enough subscribers to go live on YouTube. But share it with any friends that may need help. I just am inspired to work with Christian women. Again, the 12-week course that I have is awesome. And I just share so many things that I've learned in several years of a time span. And it has been wonderful, and it's helped me in so many areas. And that's what my life mission and purpose is to help you on your journey and with these life tools. And really, it boils down to one thing: Christ-centered life and becoming that version that God's intended us to become, because it's really that simple. Easier said than done, but just know it's going to take a lot of work. It's time to invest in you, and know that your family needs a better version of you. God needs a better version of you. You need a better version of yourself so that you could feel good spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. When you're working on all those areas and balancing them in your life, that is when you will make changes within this world, and you're worth it. So again, my 12-week course starts January 5th and it ends March 28th. And it's a weekly Zoom class, hour long, and then a weekly one-on-one phone consultation with me to make it more personalized, to work with you on becoming that better version of yourself on the tools that really worked with me. I look forward to working with you. Hit like and subscribe, and share it with others as well. God bless. You have a wonderful day.